Hey, good day everyone. So today is going to be a different video from the usual. So I'm going to talk about Gods Unchained and Skyweaver for the past weeks. But today I want to talk about DeFi stuff, and I've been looking into them quite a bit, and I've actually joined in some of them. Capital wise, they're not that big, but at the end of the day, I can still see the benefits of some of these projects. Did I earn from them or not? And yeah, we'll go through some of those. And if you're interested in some of them, I'll leave it up to you to decide if you want to join in or not. Alright, so first one is Safuu. I think Safuu is probably one of the more popular, I would say, Titano Forks in my perspective, because this is an auto compounding protocol. Then you're getting around 2% of the APR, which is very, very big. And it kind of exploded at the beginning, right? When I looked at this protocol, I think it was over a week ago, it was around $60. I was actually planning to buy one at that point, but I forgot about it. And the next day it's already over 90, so I went in. So I managed to get in at $90 and held on. And you can see that this big gigantic red candle like freaked me out. So when this drops so big up until maybe I think 150 somewhere here, I bailed out. So unfortunately I got in at 91. I bailed out around 150, but you have to take note that there are taxes here. So meaning that if you buy, then you get 20% tax or something like that. Then if you sell, then you get another 20% or something like that tax as well. So I only earned like maybe $30, $20 to $35. Unfortunate, but that's just how it is. I'm still trying to see if there's a good entry point here, but right now I'm not yet comfortable getting in because of the big double red candles that they have here, and this one's not yet closed. So I don't know where this is gonna go, or are they being played by whales? We'll see. But yeah, very interesting project. Didn't expect it to explode that big. But yeah, it's something I'm also looking at, and maybe if the price is good enough for me, maybe I'll try to get in again, but we'll see. Now the other project I'm also looking at, well, I'm already in, is Quantic. So Quantic, initially I wasn't really interested. I did see this. It's also in Binance Smart Chain, so Safuu's Binance Smart Chain. This is also Binance Smart Chain. Again, it is another Titano fork, but with a twist. It will reward you with BUSD as well, coming from the buy and sell trades as well, and they also have taxes. So same thing, if you buy there's tax, if you sell there's tax. But the reason why I got into this project is because I joined in their Discord channel. So one thing I like about Quantic is that developer D-Low is actually very active. So when I joined their Discord channel, the price was actually around here. It was around here. It was an all-time high, right? But I didn't join in because at that point I was looking at the market cap. It was pretty big at that level. It was like over 100 million. And the main comparison when you're doing analysis like this is best thing to do is compare it to where it's linked to, right? So let's say this one is Titano. So I looked at Titano. At that point, Titano was around, I think, 13 cents, 14 cents or somewhere there. And Titano is really performing very well. Like, I wish I went in like months ago, but right now I'm not going to join in because, it's already been through a lot, right? I don't know what's going to happen to Titano moving forward. If I was maybe in January, probably, well, I knew it from January. I didn't even join in, but yeah, so I don't think I'll ever join in Titano, just because I don't know where it's gonna go. Alright, so my comparison, the way I look at it is that, okay, so how much is Titano going at currently, right? Let's say market cap is 157 million. Then I look at Quantic, and Quantic just started at that point and it was already over 100 million. So I was like, I'm not really comfortable getting into that because I don't think you can surpass Titano unless you have something up your sleeve, like some type of marketing stuff that will make your project explode. Like kind of similar to Safuu. Like Safuu exploded like so much, like it's crazy. So in the market cap that you're looking at for Safuu is small, like only 63 million, right? So and it's already at 159. So I think it was reasonable that it kind of backed down a bit. The base reference will always be Titano for me because Titano is the first one that introduced something like this, like auto compounding stuff or something like that. Right now it's the most stable one compared to everything, right? So anyways, so I waited for it to drop and it did drop. And I followed the updates from Dilo, and Dilo kept mentioning like, yeah, so he was really frustrated as well. And good to hear that from him. He knows at least on some level what's going on. And so he mentioned that there are some tokens that are still part of the private sale that are being distributed. And he felt that pretty much majority of the people from the private sale are actually just selling the coins. Because they sold the coins, I think, at around something 0.00 or something. I forgot how much specifically. So basically, anybody who had that coin and considering the price, people just sold. Like, I mean, they more than 10x their money, so it's reasonable. So that's why they sold everything. So that's why that happened, and it dropped. And what it did is, to make sure that the bleeding, will end sooner than later. So what it did is he released all of the private sold tokens instead of doing them, the vesting type of token distribution. Yeah, he released everything. So again, that's why you see the massive drop here. It dropped up until somewhere here, I think. Then he released the tokens and it dropped all the way down. So that's when I came in. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of money at that point when Quantic was here. I only had like maybe $40, $30. Oh man, so I didn't know how far it goes, so unfortunately I wasn't able to buy as low as like 0.003 or something. Like I was only able to get in around 0.005 or 0.006, so which is good. Right now it's 0.008, 0.009, so which is fairly good. I'm already up like I don't know, 50%, which is fine. And we'll see where this goes because Dilo is starting to do some marketing stuff, so that's a good direction for the project. But we'll see moving forward what their plan is. If this drops a little bit further, maybe I might double down a little bit more because this project has a lot of leg to go. So we'll see. Another one I'm going to talk about is Vapornotes. I've talked about this in my previous videos, and I joined in at Vapornotes at January, like very early January. So I was able to get into the juicy price of 0.002. But I only invested like $2. Oh man, that was like I'm fully regretting my decision. Like, why did I only put $2 at that point? Because they only needed like 1,000 tokens to make a node, and you only needed $2 to make that node. So that's why I did it. So it was, I don't know, that was like a terrible decision for me. But anyways, at the end of the day, it's still good. So I went in there, never withdrawn. I just kept compounding for like the past 2 months. So I think this is like the best decision I've ever done for a project because, I mean, again, at the end of the day, I didn't really know where this project's gonna go, right? So I held on. So I just kept compounding, and right now the value of my node is like around $130. Like I'm more than 50x my money here, so which is crazy. I just wish that I put in more and I'd be set for life. No, not really for life, but at least I would have been set for like several months, right? But instead I'm only earning like $1 a day, which is stupid. But anyways, that's just how it is. Alright, so Vapor knows a lot of potential here because the project owner has a lot of plans. They're doing Vapor Chain, which is fairly interesting. It's like a subnet for Avalanche. They're creating their own, maybe, I would call it maybe a layer 2 or something like that, which is very interesting. So we'll see how they plan to do this. There's there's something that they're trying to have voted. I think in terms of fees. So right now, everything you're paying for the taxes is 5 VP and D, right? And their main concern that they raise about that is that if the tax is in VPND and the tax goes to the team, right? And what they do with that is either they put it in their rewards or they may be using it for other projects that they're planning to implement. The problem is that it's in VPND. So if they're going to use that money, then they have to swap it, right? And if they do that, and especially they're the project owners, meaning that they're holding a lot of VPND money, they will crash the price. That's the problem. So that's what they're raising. So that's the proposal that they're raising right now is instead of the tax fees being charged to VPND, they're requesting it that can we charge this as AVAX instead, so they don't have to tamper with the token price of VPND, which makes sense. I figured like, okay, I think that's a very good proposal. So right now it's still being voted, so we'll see where that goes. Anyway, so that's for Vapor nodes. We'll see a lot of promise for this project, so we'll see where this goes. Another thing that's popped up in my radar recently is the Piston Token. So honestly, I'm not really familiar who the project or the developers are. The only thing I do know is that the developers created the My Diamond team. I only know that this is a project that gives out 1.5% BNB per day, and it kind of works like Drip at the end of the day, right? Because they have airdrops, which Drip has. So if you do airdrops, you'll be able to send all of your referrals some additional money that they can work on. And now they created a Piston. So this one is using BNB, so there's no worry about losing your money about is the token price gonna go down or not, because Drip right now I think has been on a free fall ever since its all-time high, so people are freaking out. Again, for this one, I guess the lower risk you have here is that it's in BNB, but still at the end of the day, you don't know where this is gonna go, right? So I don't know, it's high risk. I was interested. I'm still interested, actually. I'm still thinking about it. Okay. One thing that really interested me is that they're creating a drip fork. So this is a direct competitor of drip. So they call it the Piston Token. I don't know what the main differences is between drip and this one, but definitely the mechanics are pretty much the same. If you're familiar with Drip, then it will work the same way, but I know they improved some parts of it, but I haven't really looked into it. I just want to raise it here because it's an interesting project. Because I've been thinking like for the past months, like, why haven't people created a Drip fork or something like that? And now I'm seeing one. So I don't know if this is going to be a good one or not, but right now they're doing their pre-sale. So this one pre-sale is the MDT version 1. So the MDT version 1 was the original My Diamond team project that they created, and it had an issue, so they had to scrap the version 1 and had to create the version 2. So that's why you're seeing like there's an MDT V1 and MDT V2. So anyone who participated in the V1 will be able to participate in the pre-sale. I think they're allocating like around $400 allocation for each of the participants for the pre-sale, so they can go for that. Then March 28th would be the MDT V2, and yeah, so same thing. They require you to have at least 0.5 BNB deposited into the My Diamond team, so you might need to find someone who has that. So it would be best that you join in a group, because they do airdrops, right? So you can earn a little bit more. If you just plan to go in yourself, as I mentioned, the way it works is like a Drip, right? Referrals is the key to get to the project. So try to find it. There's a lot of people shilling this on YouTube, so you can look for the referrals and try to join in and deposit your 0.5 BNB, so you will qualify for the MDT V2 if you really want to join in the Piston project. Then March 29th they'll have the actual pre-sale, so I don't know how this one works. Then April 1st will be the actual launch of the project. If you're interested, I'm gonna leave a link on the project so you can try and read through it. Then yeah, try to look in YouTube and look for those people who have actually big teams already and do airdrops. Then you can try and join them too, so you can get a head start, right? So yeah, so I think that's about it today. So these are the projects I'm looking at currently. The other project I'm also looking at is Aleph and Wind Finance. So Aleph, I don't think it has launched yet, but looks interesting. It's also in AVAX. Oh yeah, and Piston and My Diamond team is in Binance Smart Chain. Vapor nodes is in Avalanche. I'll talk about other projects I'm also looking at, and I'll try to share them in my channel. So hope to see you again in my future videos, guys. Stay safe, people.